welcome to Knit One, Heart Two, episode 73. That didn't sound stilted or anything.
No, not at all. I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny on Ravelry, Penny Wenny 2 everywhere else, except for Twitter, where I am Knit One, Wendy.
And I'm Knit One Heart Two, but I tweet. Not so much about knitting, more personal stuff.
Well, me too, but I'm on the Twitter now.
You're on the Twitter.
I am on the Twitter. My mother is on the Twitter with me.
I don't tweet that much.
I don't think I have to find you on Twitter. I don't think I'm following you. Am I?
I'm following you, but you may not be following
I have to look. I'll follow you back. I don't know how that works yet. I'm not all the way onto the Twitter. I'm still figuring it out.
So just a reminder that we have 2 knit-alongs going. The Sparkle Yarn Knit-Along and the Ruby Slipper Knit-Along.
Yes.
So hopefully that runs to the end of, not hopefully, it runs to the end of August. Yep. And hopefully everyone is enjoying that, and we'll have to think of a new knit-along next.
I know.
Any ideas for knit-alongs, let us know.
Yeah, post them in the thread.
Yep.
So I look a little grungy because I just went to the gym this morning, and I didn't have time to shower when I came back. FYI, that's why I'm sweaty.
I didn't go
just
to the
wanted
gym.
To put that out there. Usually I don't look this gross. But yeah, it was gym day today.
Oh, good.
So we have 966 members on the Rav group. Really pushing for that 1,000, guys. So if you haven't joined the group, please do. If you're new to the group, check it out.
It's been a little slow because of summer, but
yeah,
we're getting back on board, I promise.
Well, and my knitting mojo is back, as you will find out in today's episode.
Good. Mine's taking a little bit, but
so it's my turn to go first this week. What I have on the needles. The first thing I have on the needles are my Loud and Proud socks. They are knit in Play It Life Saki Maki in the Loud and Proud colorway. Here they are. I just have one. I did a short row heel, and we will do a short row heel tutorial. We just have
probably
to
not until fall.
Yeah, we have to get through. I have family coming in town this week. It's been crazy.
Yeah, and when the kids get back in school, our schedule should get back to normal.
And we'll be able to do things like that. It seemed like we could do it, but there's just the next week is the last week before school starts, so that's going to be really crazy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I know that starts on the 28th. I just never paid attention. I know next weekend.
Not next week, the week after that.
I know next weekend my mother-in-law goes home.
Yeah, my in-laws are arriving in a few hours, and they're going to be here until Monday, so. This is the sock. It didn't get any love, but you can really see the cable on the back now. I'm separating the cable. I'm going to make it have a V. Wait, I can't. There we go. I'm going to make it have a V. And when I get up a little higher, I might make a couple of like crossover circles, and then it's going to V, and that's where I'm going to do the gusset for the leg, because these are going to be really tall socks. So anyway, Play It Life Saki Maki came starting, looks like that. It's separated into 2 balls, one for each sock, and I have this much of the first ball left. And these are going really slowly because this is the project that I take with me when I go to physical therapy. And I didn't go to physical therapy last week because I was in a car accident on the way to physical therapy, and I had to cancel the appointment. And this week, my physical therapy appointment is on Friday, so it will get some love this week at physical therapy. So that's that. And this is in my cute Jessalou bag, my gnome one. So that's that one. The second thing I have on the needles is Little Baddie. That's secret knitting. I have to find it. I have all my bags thrown up on the table here. Little Baddie got a little love. But I have to look at the design more carefully because I think that I have an error on my chart. I think that this solid chunk here, right there, that should be a triangle and not a blob. So I have to look at my chart and find out if I did something wrong. But anyway, that's that. This is something that I'm working up for a pattern, and it's in Blue Moon Fiber Arts Socks that Rock, medium weight in the Rookie colorway. And it's such a pretty yarn. This doesn't show it. This lighting is not showing it to advantage, but it has purple. You can kind of see it. It has purple and green, and it's just really pretty.
It
So
reminds me of one of the skeins that I got from my club last week.
yeah,
A little bit. It's
this
a
is
little
darker.
darker.
Yeah, but it's a similar idea. I love those colors, so I think it'll be really beautiful. But definitely our camera, the way that we have it set up today, doesn't show it to advantage.
Yeah, we're recording at Wendy's.
So that's little baddie. I'm charting it as I go along, but like I said, I have the repeats charted out just so I can see what I'm doing, and I think I must have left out. I think I made an error on my chart that I'm translating into the shawl pattern, so I have to look at that. I just haven't had a chance to do that. My secret knitting, which is in the other bag, my gnome bag from Knitting's in my bag, is on a hold. So if you're waiting to test knit, I'm waiting to hear what's going to happen with the yarn still because it's just kind of up in the air. And depending on what we decide to do with the yarn color will depend on whether I need to tweak the pattern a little bit. So I can't really send it out to test until I know for sure what's going on. But you know who you are. There's a couple people who are on the top of my list because they didn't get to test before. And then I'll open the thread for more test knitters if I need them. So I'll keep you posted on that or check in the group on the thread to watch for that. The last thing is a new thing. This is Wingspan by Malin Tricotery Designs. And it is free on Ravelry. And this pattern is kind of awesome. I wanted something, this is in my hand spun that I made from Into the World, the July Club Coordinate, and Enchanted Knoll Farms, the bat that I got when I went to the Abby Frankemont class. I wanted something that would show off the way that this is going to stripe, and this totally does. Like it looks, you can see how the stitches lie. I think it's really pretty. You wear it like this. You can, it's kind of bunchy because it's on a small needle. I'm going to just keep knitting it until I run out of yarn. It's actually, I would have been done with this. You only knit 8 points. I'm on my 9th point. I'm almost done with my 9th point. And then you knit a little, you just knit all the way across for a few rows, but I'm just going to keep going with it. Somebody said that if you really want it to look, you know, to be worn a certain way around the neck, you can put a button on it to button it, which I thought was really nice. But this is going to be a Christmas gift for somebody. So, and I just figured I might as well use up all the yarn and she can wrap it around her neck a couple of times like a scarf. Maybe I'll throw a button on there. I don't know. But this is awesome. I started this on Saturday night. It is now Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday morning. I think I didn't knit on it much at all on Tuesday. But it's super fast. It has short rows to make the angle, but you don't have to wrap or pick up anything. So it's just knitting. It's just knitting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And she tells you to use 7 stitch markers, but I found that you can just use 1 traveling stitch marker to mark where you need to move up from every time. I suppose you could use 7, but I just kind of just seemed unnecessary to me. It's easy to tell from looking at it where you're supposed to start the next wedge. So you can see it's going along well. So I'm enjoying that. I love the way this is knitting up. This is one of my most even yarns yet. It doesn't have a lot of thick and thin spots. I mean, it has little ones, but it's pretty, you can see the material is pretty consistent. So I'm proud of that too. So I'm enjoying that, and I actually think I'm going to knit a second one with the rest of the yarn that I did with the other coordinate Chris sent me, which I'll show you later. So that's what I have on the needles right now.
Is that it?
That's it. It's a lot.
Me, I have one lonely little thing on the needles.
Your sock?
My toe-up sock, Spice Boy from Yarnissima. I'm at the gusset.
Cool.
But I'm at the gusset of second sock.
So that's good.
Yes, I have a project half done. And I'm using the second sock. This is Lorna's Laces Sport Mate with the Overlast yarn in it. And I can feel when I put it on, my feet cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't worn them because I don't actually have the other sock ready yet.
Right.
So
I'm curious to see how that works out for you.
I am too. So I finished the sock while I was at work, and didn't have the second skein. So what I just did is I cast on with the first skein, and this is what I got left. I'm at the gusset increases. So it'll be interesting to see how much it actually takes.
I know.
And what I might do with the second half of it is my friend has a baby who will be learning to crawl probably in about 3 months or so. So I may do one of those little baby leggings for him.
Oh, cool.
So we'll see. Because I like how it pools or it stripes. So here's my project, my PhD. And it's pretty equal. The stripes are a little off, but I took, coming up to the cuff, I was knitting this while reading, so I really wanted this to be completely and utterly mindless.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to do ribbing to even, so Tammy from Proverbial Knitter, is it Tammy?
Yes. I think so.
Is it Tammy? I think it is.
I think so.
For some reason, all of a sudden I have a mind blank. Anyways,
Proverbial Knitter.
In October, I think she was doing Socktoberfest. She decided not to do a cuff. Somebody had said, you don't need one. If they're going to be under your legs, your pants, you don't need a cuff. So I decided that I was going to do that. No cuff. So I didn't do a cuff. I did my knit two together bind off.
A stretchy bind off.
Yep. And it curls under, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I just got to weave in the ends, but it fits. It's actually a little longer, or it looks a little longer because it doesn't have a cuff, but I love it. So that was the only really modification on a regular sock that I did. And also the heel I didn't wrap and turn every stitch. I wrapped and turned every other. And I think it gives it a nice rounded heel turn without being too pointy or too something.
Yeah, it looks good.
But I love this, and it's really nice and thick. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to finish. I got to work tonight, so I'm hoping to get most of the heel done and turned so that when I get to work, I can just knit while I read.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yes. So these are my Yarnissima socks. Should be no reason for it to be done next week.
Good. I hope so. Is that it for On Your Needles?
Yeah. Right now I'm a one project person.
Yeah.
But I was at least able to get one done, so I feel like
that's an achievement, man.
Lately for me, yes it is.
So,
and they're slightly bit short, but not too bad. Enough that Max won't be stealing them.
Well, that's good. That's probably like, you should do that in self-defense.
I know.
So he can't take his socks.
I know.
In a year, even a few more months, you won't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's getting close because my brother bought me a pair of flip-flops. I'm sorry, I take that back. My husband bought me a pair of Croc flip-flops. And Max puts them on, and for me it fits nice. It has just that much of a heel showing out afterwards. For Max, he's right on the heel. I'm like, oh, poor baby, can't wear these.
A few more months, he'll be shut out. So I have one finished project. I haven't woven in the ends yet, but I finally finished my Judy B by Kimberly Gintar. And I think it came out, is this the right side? This is the right side. I think it came out gorgeous.
It did. Very long.
It's very long. You can drape it around you. I kind of like it draped like this. It's nice and cozy. Or I could wear it wrapped around this way.
It's nice and long.
Yes, it is very long and very cozy. It has good wrappability. This is kind of what I wanted my color affection to be like. Just a big throw, almost like a giant scarf that I can throw around myself when I run out to pick the kids up in the fall. You can wear it crossed across your body if you want. You can wear it tied behind your back. It's versatile. And it was a fun knit. Of course, I didn't exactly follow the pattern because I didn't like crossing the cables over every 8 rows or 12 rows. I added 4 rows to the cable. And then there are several mistakes in the lace. I can see one right there.
Oh,
but you can't really notice it because it's hand spun. It's got so much texture to it
Yeah.
that you don't really notice it. But I think this is a great pattern. It's side by side. It's a great pattern for hand spuns. I would definitely knit this again. It's pretty mindless. Once you know how to do the cable and lace, you can do it from memory. And it is a 6/6 cable, but I was able to do that without a cable needle. This yarn was pretty grabby.
Good.
And it takes about 700 yards. I had, let me see, do I still have the ball yarn in there? I had this much left. So I probably could have gone like a couple more rows of the cable before I started decreasing, but I cut my losses and
Right.
finished it up. I didn't want to run out. So I love this. I love the finished product, the feel of my hand spun. I'm definitely going to wear this a lot. So yay, and it's done. I really needed to get something done. This really like motivated me.
Yeah.
And I almost finished a whole other project since then because it kind of like spurred me on finishing something. So there's that, and I know you don't have any FOs.
Just the project half done.
Your PhD, which you've already shown.
Already showed.
And so I also have a Whirlwind Romance. Oh, I forgot to write down the other one. First of all, I finished spinning. This is the stuff that I'm making the wingspan out of. And this was made out of one of the color coordinates from the July Into the World Club that Chris sent to us as a little surprise, along with a farm-grown bat from Enchanted Knoll Farms in the Johnny Jump Up colorway. I had a second bat, which I spun up with the other coordinate from Chris. So this is another Into the World Enchanted Knoll Farms mashup. This is what the coordinate looked like alone, because I had a little extra. And this is what it looked like. And I love looking at the two of these together. They're so different. I love how vibrant and bright this spun up.
Yeah.
I got another 500 yards of it, so I think I'm going to do another wingspan out of it because I really like the way the wingspan shows off the colors. So, I don't know, either for myself or for a gift or, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to start this right away either because I might be so excited when I finish the wingspan I want to knit something else.
True.
But I think it came out really great. I could make something with an accent.
Yeah.
Because I have this little 50 yards of single solid. But it came out really great, and I just love the contrast of these two colors. They're exactly the same bat, but they're applied with a different background color, and this is so much more subtle, and this is so much more, like, vibrant. It's awesome. So, yeah, thanks, Chris, for that, because that was a fun spin. So that's another pound of fiber done.
Wow. How many since the beginning of July?
So that would be my third pound.
Wow.
I know. I'm like on a roll. So then I started this. It's Mad Color Fiber Arts, and it's merino, 50% merino, 30% silk, and 20% angora, and it's in the Bloody Hell colorway. And I am spinning that to be lace weight, so you can see.
Is it gonna be 1-ply lace weight?
It's gonna be
or 2-ply?
2-ply. It's gonna be a heavy. It's gonna be kind of like a Woolmize lace, because my thin spinning ability is it's difficult.
Right.
And it's hard for me to be consistent spinning this thin. But I think it'll be like a very light fingering or very heavy lace weight when it gets done. And I have 4 ounces of it, and I've done about an ounce. This is the rest of that first bump. So I'll be working on that, although with my relatives in town for the next 5 days, I probably won't get in a lot of spinning.
All right.
Or knitting, for that matter. So.
Well, you might get knitting done.
Yeah, I might. I have to find something. That's why I might start another wingspan, because this is so portable and like mindless that I could bring this with me everywhere.
Right, yeah.
So it's possible I'll start that. But that's all I have for Whirlwind Romances. Future dates. I already told you I might do another wingspan. That's it for me right now.
Okay, future dates. I've been looking because I am getting close to this and attempting to do a wingspan. I don't know, but I think I need to get away from. I need to challenge myself. So back in September of last year on my birthday, Beth, which is
Hold on 1 second. Guys! You're too loud.
Witty Knittin'. Beth Witty Knittin' gave me this pattern for my birthday. It's Chandra?
Yeah.
Chandra?
Chandra.
There we go. So I've been looking, I've been given such lovely patterns, and I figured I really should start knitting those patterns that were gifted to me. So this is, I believe, the next thing that I will cast on.
It's so pretty.
From the looks of the pattern, you do from the lace up down to the stockinette section. So I'm going to do that. That's going to be the next thing I cast on for sure, although I say that and I'll probably change my mind. With Sanguine Griffin Booger that I had won from the Pagan Knitters podcast last fall, I think.
Yeah.
And it's the Golden Orb Weaver, which I had taken out to bring. Forgot to do that. Which is a shame because I also forgot to take out my trash for trash day. So I'm borrowing someone's picture from the internet to give you a general idea of the color. It's blue.
Pretty.
I don't know if mine looks exactly like that because they all have a little different coloring, but it gives you a general idea. And I was calls for DK weight, which this says is DK weight on Ravelry, but it's not.
Bug is heavy. It's a heavy fingering weight. It'll
But
work.
it's fine. It's a side to side shawl. I'll do the medium, and where the lace is on the bottom, you just knit until you basically run out on the top.
Right.
So I'm fine with that.
Fine.
So we'll see. I need, I think, a little bit of a challenge with the lace. Not that it's a challenge. I need some diversity is probably a better way of saying it. So we'll see. I'm going to try that. Hopefully I'll make headway on my sock tonight. I'm working tonight, and then I work on Friday. So maybe between now and Friday I can start this.
That'll be cool.
Yeah. And then I was just, maybe make those little knee leg
Socky
warmers.
things, yeah.
But so that's what I have for my future. I still plan on doing the high speed knitting, but where that is general just knitting back and forth, I really want to try something that I haven't done in a while.
More challenging.
I need a little lace in my life, I think.
I think that's a good plan.
To get my love back of knitting. I think the problem is I'm just knitting too much, although knitting socks is never boring because it's just not. It's always portable. Once I'm finished with another project, I'll probably throw something else like socks on the needles again.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a real lace weight shawl again. It's been a while since I knit one. I always like those. I'm having a hard time figuring out which one to do.
Well, the other thing that's kind of distracting me is that my stash is in such disarray. I have all my club shipments from Blue Moon just shoved in there.
Yeah.
With their packaging. So it's like you can't even see that. Plus I have Zachary's old white t-shirts that, remember I told you I was going to do with?
Yeah.
I have a project idea with his old white t-shirts in mind. And I gotta reorganize, and that's not going to happen until the kids go to school.
I know. It's tough because they have activities that we take them to during the day during the summer. And we have traveling that we do during the summer, and people visit us during the summer, and this has been a really busy summer.
Ours has been busier than usual. What I've come to notice for us is that, we have neighbors that have pools. I am not in the habit of letting my neighbors watch my kids, and they're grateful for that, where other neighbors don't really seem to care.
Yeah.
But, so we go over their pool. While we're over their pool, I'm not doing anything in my house.
Right.
I've come to realize that my neighbor really, I think, loves having me over in the pool because he gets to do what he needs to do. I'm babysitting his kids and my kids in the pool, which I have no problem with that. That's the price to pay for the kids to be in the pool. I have no problem with that. But he's getting his laundry done. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
I'm not getting my work done.
No, I need to do some laundry. So
yeah.
it's just, every minute you're away from the house is every minute you're not doing something you probably should.
Yeah, and it's so much easier in the fall when you're in the house,
The pool's closed and the kids can run around the neighborhood like they normally do.
Yeah.
So, but.
So yeah,
That's all I have planned for future. Like I said, I do want to do the high speed, just not right now. We have the kids here.
yeah, they're in the house. Yeah, and the other future date that we both have is we are going to do a short row heel tutorial as soon as the kids go back to school. So we will get that done for you. Crushes and heartbreaks. My knee is doing great. It was perfectly normal and feeling fine almost all day yesterday.
Oh,
like
good.
I had no problems with it at all. It was really amazing. And when that happens, I totally notice it because most of the time my leg is really stiff in the calf muscle area because the calf muscle is taking up the slack for my quad. So that tells me that the machine work and the elliptical work that I'm doing in the gym are working. My quad muscle is getting stronger. You guys are too loud. You guys.
Go ahead, continue.
All right. My knee is feeling really good. I did miss PT last week because of the car accident, but I'm going on Friday, and I think she's going to see a lot of progress because I did continue to do my workouts. As you can see from my sweaty, from my sweaty appearance today. And as for the car incidents, I am very pleased to announce that I have now officially gone 1 week without getting either a traffic ticket or in an accident. My car is back home. It's completely repaired. I only had to pay $500, which was pretty good. Of course, I'm going to get slapped with a surcharge on my insurance for the next 3 years, which will make up for everything that I saved on the damage repairs. But I'm okay with that. That's a state law. It doesn't have anything to do with my insurance company. I can't avoid it. It was my fault that I got into the accident. I didn't see her. I was backing up. I should have looked more carefully. I should really post pictures. I think I will. I'm going to show you a picture of the damage that happened to the car that I hit versus the damage that happened to my own car, with the understanding that I was backing up, so I was probably maybe going 5 miles an hour. Because it's kind of hilarious how little damage I made to their car and how badly my car was damaged. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So much of the back of your car is made out of plastic now. I think that's the issue. So those are my crushes and heartbreaks. It seemed like I had one other crush, but I can't remember what it was now. So
we had a little incident that required Band-Aids. Zachary somehow must have caught a toe on something.
Oh.
So his toe was bleeding.
Oh, are you okay?
He's fine. It's
All
just
right.
that I had to rinse his toe, so the toe is a little wet and the Band-Aids aren't sticking.
Oh, yeah. Did you use the
Angry Bird Band-Aids?
Angry Bird
Yes,
Band-Aids?
we did.
Yeah.
So, crushes and heartbreaks, my turn. My tooth is still an issue.
I cannot believe this.
But it's feeling better today. It's not a root canal. I just know it's not a root canal. I'm not sure what it is, whether it's a reaction to the filling or not, but I know it's not a root canal. Tomorrow I have an appointment with the endodontist. They're going to test it. Because it's not sensitive to temperature. I actually feel better when I'm chewing on it, which is not a root canal.
Right.
So I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if maybe I'm grinding my teeth at night and causing issues because I'll still wake up in the morning with it severely in pain. I've been keeping it at bay with ibuprofen. So hopefully next week we'll have more of an answer, but tomorrow I'm going to see the endodontist. I'll be sleep deprived, but I'm going.
It may just be that you need a crown over the tooth, but you don't need a root canal. That's what happened to my tooth. I cracked the tooth. If it goes down...
It was a deep filling he put it, but I'm also wondering if it may be a reaction to the filling. But there's something there that when I touch it, when I bite on it, I can feel it. It's almost like I'm wondering if it's too tall. You may have to file it.
Well, do you remember what happened when I had that crown done? I didn't need a root canal. I just had a crown done. It was right before I went to Germany. And they made it too tall. And I thought I had an infection in my jaw. That's how bad my jaw hurt. And I went in and they filed it down a little bit, and the instant they did that, I could just feel the pain and the tension draining out of my jaw. It was just too high.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what it is. So I'm hoping that this endodontist will help me out. My dentist that I've been going to since I was 9. I think it's time that I go to somebody new.
I think that's a good idea.
Cam went to someone new, and he really liked it. So we'll see. Also, that's Heartbreak Crushes. My brother from Arizona is in town. I came over yesterday. Got to see him.
Oh, it was that brother that was
Yes.
I wondered why he was working on his resume.
Yeah. So
That would make sense.
he came over, and it was weird seeing him. I haven't seen him in 4 years. It was just, this is my twin brother.
Yeah, that is weird. I've never met your twin brother.
No.
I guess I can.
He's
now.
a foot taller. Skinny. But it was just, it was comfortable to have him there. There was, silence, but it wasn't awkward.
Right.
He must have felt so comfortable being there, and I think this is the only reason. He ended up falling asleep on my couch.
Yeah.
He had a headache, so we gave him some ibuprofen, and we were sitting there with his eyes closed to get rid of the headache, because he rides a motorcycle, and he says riding a motorcycle with a headache is just torture.
Yeah.
So then we said, he had to be somewhere today at 8. I said, stay on our futon.
Yeah.
We'll get you up. He got himself up because we were still in bed. But I was thinking about it this morning. He must have just been so comfortable to be home, and he's staying with a friend, and he's a good friend,
Yeah.
but still it's nothing like home.
Like at your relatives.
Both my brothers have no problem falling asleep at my house, which I'm so grateful because that means they're comfortable at my house.
That's good.
You want that. You want someone who's comfortable and feels that they're safe, so to
Right.
speak. So I think that's what it was. He felt safe. I just kind of felt bad. We kept trying to say, go to the futon, go to the futon. No, I'm okay. We're watching the Olympics. He's like this. So around a little after 11, we went to bed, and he did too. We moved his motorcycle up because it was closer to the street. And I'm like, our town's safe, but
Yeah.
why tempt fate?
Yeah.
So he
Well,
was my
that's good.
crush. We had steak. It was yummy.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was. So baubles and blings, because I know you were on Gossip and Innuendo.
Baubles and blings. No, I wasn't on Gossip and Innuendo.
Oh, I thought you were. Yeah, you were talking about Gossip and Innuendo.
No, I was talking about my knee in the car.
Oh, but you said I thought there was some other Gossip and Innuendo that I had to talk about. No, you didn't. I know. I'm just.
I
I'm
didn't
telling
go
you what I
there yet.
heard. I'm telling you what I heard.
What did I say?
You said something. There's something else that I wanted to talk to you about in Gossip. And
Oh no! Well, I meant to say in crushes and heartbreaks. I thought I had
I
another
thought I'd
heartbreak.
skip to.
No, I
okay.
didn't. I totally didn't get there yet. Baubles and Bling. I got these last week and I forgot to show them. I got 2 new books that I got for cheap on Amazon.com.
And I made the mistake of sitting on our couch. I'm sorry.
So this is the Vogue Knitting Stittionary number 5, the lace knitting volume. I have the number 1 volume, I think, which is knitting, just plain knitting stitches.
Oh yeah, and then there's a pearl. I think.
Yeah,
isn't
there's
it?
a different one. It just shows different versions of lace. There's not anything terribly new in here. But there's some stuff that I haven't seen in any of my my Barbara Walker books.
Pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty stuff. I've been really interested in making lace things, so I thought it would be fun to get this, and it was a pretty good price. I got it like 50% off or something, so I thought, what the heck? And I get free shipping because I have Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And I get points for everything that I buy from Amazon
that's right.
on my credit card. So the other one I got is the first book of modern lace knitting by Marianne Kinzel. And I really like this because it has lace knitting, like doily knitting.
Oh, all right.
I've been trying to find a picture that shows you what I'm talking about. Like this. I find that interesting. And it's really funny because when I look at a couple of these patterns, I recognize some of the lace edging in projects that I've seen that I've actually knitted. Where is the one that I was really thinking of?
There's been a couple that I've
This
done.
one. The very bottom of this one right here is very similar to the edging that I did on that Lysianthus shawl.
Let's see that. I go back like 2 pages to keep going. This is almost like the hemlock ring.
This is very similar to the hemlock ring.
And I think it's a hemlock, but I did think I did a baby blanket like that too.
Yeah. So, and it's I just find it interesting. I like playing around with knitting, like older knitting stuff. This is obviously an older knitting thing. The pattern, the custom pattern, the commissioned pattern that I just worked on, I took from a 1920s English knitting encyclopedia that had patterns
Right.
in it. The lace motif, I modified a lace motif from there. So I'm just kind of interested in that. So those are my two baubles and bling. Didn't buy anything else knitting related.
I have nothing. An update on my Blue Moon Fiber Arts is I have returned the 2 shipments. They have yet to come back to me, but I got an email from Blue Moon apologizing. Not saying that I could keep them, but apologizing.
Well, I don't know. That's a lot.
I
That's
know.
a really big mistake.
Two extras. That
Two
is a big
extras.
mistake.
That is a really big mistake. And I told Sheila, this is what I personally think happened. I think when they went in to correct her after she got 2 shipments, they somehow accidentally added your name a 3rd time instead of removing
I don't
it.
know, because the first shipment I got 1, although I had 3 shipping notices.
See, that's the thing.
The second shipment I got 2 shipments. The 3rd shipment I got 1 shipment. No shipping notice. This one, no, I did get a shipping notice with 1 shipment. This one I got no shipments with 3 shipments. And no shipping notices, but 3 shipments.
She may just have been in there 3 times from the beginning, and they said they're trying to snag out the
they've been having a lot of issues
extras.
with it, so I don't know.
So maybe the times that you only got 1, they caught all your extras, but the rest of the times they missed them. I don't know. That sounds really that sounds like it could be financially devastating to a business that they're having that kind of a problem.
Who's to say I'm the only one that they're doing that with?
I know, and who's to say that you're
the other people who
are admitting that they got multiples.
Right.
That's right. So I hope that whatever their issue is with their billing system or whatever it is, their mailing system, they can figure it out, because that's bad.
Well,
I am waiting with bated breath to find out if you get 4 packages next time. I kind of want it to keep going up. I think it's awesome. I think we should keep it the next time. That's crazy.
So I was looking into what I could do. The colors of that was they were pretty, but the patterns were not. A lot of people were not happy with
For
the
those
patterns.
of you who aren't in the group, we did figure out that there were in fact 3 skeins after we finished recording.
The one that looks like peanut butter and jelly were 2 skeins combined.
So like 2 100-yard skeins twisted together like they were one skein.
I took a picture of it. It's on one of the
thread.
blue. I don't think I posted it to the thread. Did I?
Somebody posted.
Somebody posted it to the
There is a picture of what it looks like in the thread.
But I posted it to the Blue Moon group too. But what I was thinking is taking the red and making. It's called a lefty shawl. My friend was doing it. So the red would be where the white is, and then. Those aren't baubles, they're like little leaf patterns. Doing that with the purple and the yellow.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really pretty. A friend of ours, is doing just plain white with some leftover Dreaming Color smushy colors.
Oh, I think that's awesome.
It's really, really pretty. So we'll see. It's in the either that or it'll definitely be, I'll use those colors for heels and toes.
Yeah.
I was not too happy with the patterns, but not a chicken fan, and the patterns were chicken.
Well, and it's color work, Color work is fussy.
Color work so much.
Yeah, but it's fussy. You have to be in a certain mood.
Yeah, you definitely have to be in a certain mood for that.
It's definitely not one of the this is a good mojo. Knitting Mojo returner, because you're accomplishing something really quickly and it's mindless and it kind of gets you back in the groove. Color work isn't really the right thing for that. It's probably not what you'd want to do right now. Wow, there are some really pretty versions of that shawl.
There are. So we'll see. That's knit, and then you do a quick little short row on the leaves.
Wow, cool.
And you can do plain too, but it doesn't look as pretty.
Oh yeah, no, the colors really make it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. It'll sit in marinade for a while.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's it for Baubles and Bling. Gossip and innuendo, which we did not do yet.
Sorry.
I have two things that I want to talk about. Just want to remind everybody, Sock the Vote. I put the link to the Single Handed Knits podcast group on Ravelry in the episode 72 thread. It's Single Handed Knits, one word is how you find the group. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find out more about Sock the Vote, but basically there are going to be different parties. There's a toe up party and a cuff down party and the green party, and it's a whole thing. It's going to be a knit along. You can buy a kit through the two dyers that are doing the toe up and the cuff down interpretation, or you can knit with your own stuff. And it sounds like a lot of fun. It's unusual. And I think that the reason I found out about it is somebody recommended that we be team mascots or something. So I think there's a thread for that in there too. You can check it out if you're interested. But definitely check out Single Handed Knits group and her podcast. She's from Hawaii.
Oh.
And you can see the beautiful Hawaii in the background when she records sometimes.
She did Piper's Journey, I believe.
Yes.
The pattern Piper's Journey. A very pretty pattern.
Yes. That is a very pretty pattern. So there's that. The second thing is that I wanted to talk about the Wrapped in Stitches Preemie Blanket Drive. The ladies over at Three Stitches Podcast let me know that they are having a contest which starts on August 12th and goes through October 14th. And the object is to make blankets to donate to preemies. And you can find free patterns and more information about their contest and the blanket drive on their group, which is 3 Stitches, the number 3-Stitches. And you can learn more by watching the 3 Stitches podcast, which is done by a mother and 2 daughters. I think they're all adults, but, a mother and 2 daughters. And so
I think the 2 daughters live closer together than the mother.
she does, yeah. So definitely check that out. And if you feel like doing a little charitable knitting, that is a good way to do it.
Yeah, sounds good. Gossip and innuendo from me. I don't think I have.
Lynn.
Oh, yeah, we didn't mention it last week, but Lynn Zim of the Knitting Triathlete, I think is her blog, .blogspot.com, I think. I think it's just knittingtriathlete.com.
It might be, yeah.
Is doing that Make-A-Wish run for the Denver Oyster. She's trying to raise $10,000 this year.
She's trying to raise way more than she did last
She
year.
raised $8,000 last year, enough to grant 2 wishes.
So I think she's trying to go for 3 wishes.
The charity is for Make-A-Wish, and it's Make-A-Wish in Denver, but it helps everybody no matter what. So if you get a chance, go over to Lynn Zim's Knitting Triathlete and donate. Every $5 will get you a free pattern. Not a free pattern. Will get you Laura Linneman's My Hope pattern.
Yes.
Every $10 will get you an entry into drawings.
And there are a lot of people donating prizes to the podcast.
Yes.
To the contest.
I thought I had it written down. But,
we will put a link in the show.
Yeah, we will. I did show notes this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you did.
Yeah. I just think it's easier if I just do them.
Yeah, doesn't make a difference to me. I don't mind doing it. We'll put a link, and it's the knitting. I'll write that down now. knittingtriathlete.com, and it's the Denver Oyster Run, and it's basically little challenges that she has to do. I gotta think about. I want to donate something to her besides money, for prizes.
Yeah.
And I just haven't gotten there, but I will. And when we find out what, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do the actual running of the Denver until I think it's September.
I don't know. I thought it was. I can't remember now. We're like hopeless about
We're
this.
hopeless today. I'm sorry.
Sheila was not ready to talk.
No,
about
I
this.
wasn't.
Sorry.
But I want to talk about it because again, it means a lot to me. Zachary got a wish granted, and it's for kids who have chronic illnesses. So anyone who can help out, this is the shawl pattern that when you donate $5, you'll get a copy of this pattern. It's My Hope by Laura Linneman of the Knit Girls. It's garter and crisscross stitches. Pretty. And Knitting Triathlete, it is, knittingtriathlete.blogspot.com. So I was right the first time. So, oh, okay. They've already surpassed the $10,000 mark.
Wow!
We hit the goal with almost a month before they did. So the end of August they're running that. So that means we have time to raise even more for Make-A-Wish. So they're granting at least 2 wishes, and if they continue it, they're possibly going to grant 3.
That's amazing.
That's
really
amazing.
wonderful. Way to go, Lynn.
Way to go, knitters.
And way to go, knitters, yeah.
Because that's absolutely incredible that's already gotten that far.
I know. That is wonderful.
So check out her blog spot, knittingtriathlete.blogspot.com. And for $5, you get the My Hope from Laura Linneman. $10 donations, you receive the pattern and 1 entry in for the drawing for amazing prizes. Each additional 10 will get you another entry into the drawing. If you donate $30, you will receive the pattern, 3 entries into the main drawing, 1 entry into a special drawing for some special prizes, including a winner who donates $30 will get a chance to win the Fiber Nymphs Nyan Cat sock yarn.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So that would be great. And, check it out. It's for a good cause.
It's for a good cause. And, if you feel more attached to donating locally, because this will go to the Colorado
This will
area,
definitely go to the Denver, Colorado
you can make
area.
a donation to your local Make-A-Wish Foundation and feel just as good about that, too. But I love it that Lynn and her friends are doing this oyster run and raising so much money for kids. And it makes me happy to know that because of the knitters that are out there watching podcasts and on Ravelry, there's going to be 2 kids who get a wish this year. I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3 kids.
Maybe 3. That would be fantastic. And,
Yeah.
The Make-A-Wish site is wish.org in general if you want to take a look and see what your local area may be able to donate to. They really do a fantastic job. And Zachary it's a little castle play set, and he still plays with, they're out there every day.
Yeah, we have friends who refer to, there's Max, baby Max, another little boy that we know, and Castle Max.
Castle Max,
Castle
even
Max
though it's not technically Max's castle.
Because he lives at the house with the castle in the backyard.
It's not his castle, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, me too.
And, go check it out. Have a great week. Any new viewers checking us out for the first time, we appreciate it.
Thanks for joining.
And any returning viewers, thanks for
Glad
checking
you came
us
back.
Yeah.
Hope
Please
you're having a
continue
good
to
summer.
come back.
If you want more information about the show, the show
How to
notes,
reach us.
It's above Sheila's head.
Right up here.
And if you want to join the group or donate to the podcast,
It's over
or
there.
What else is over? Or buy a T-shirt.
Yeah,
It's all
Cafe
over
Press.
there. All the other stuff is over there.
And that all can be reached at knit1heart2.blogspot.com. If you're
Yeah.
watching us on iTunes, please leave a star rating or an iTunes comment. We appreciate them for any of the podcasts.
For any of the
you watch.
podcasters, because everybody, they all work really hard. And I have been catching up on my podcasts. I did watch podcasts for a couple of hours yesterday. I've been behind. I haven't really watched since I went down to my parents' house because I've been so busy. But I did have a little time, so I'm getting caught up.
Good.
Which is good. So everybody enjoy the weather, and all I can say about this is in 2 more weeks, school will be starting again soon. I'm
Not
very
soon enough.
excited about that. So
Not soon enough.
we'll talk to you next week, same time, same place.
Same bat channel.
That's right.
Have
Bye,
a good week.
everybody.